again, everybody. Ryan Race back with the Race Reels. We are celebrating our 10th episode, and I'm very excited, and I want to thank everybody for coming along for the ride here on the Race Reels, and lots of great stuff still to come. We will be reviewing momentarily the 1968 masterpiece directed by George A. Romero, screenplay by John Russo and George A. Romero, the classic Night of the Living Dead. To most people, this is the zombie film that paved the way for what we know today. All the Dead films, even The Walking Dead. This is the film that most say paved the way for zombie movies. But it wasn't... It's not the first zombie movie ever made. Despite all the credit it gets. And it should get the credit, but it wasn't the first zombie movie that was ever made. Back in 1932, Victor Halpern came out with a White Zombie in 1932, and there was I Walk with a Zombie in 1943. So there were a couple of zombie movies that were made, even, like I said, even as early as 1930s. So it's not the first zombie film ever made, but to most people, this gets the credit as being the one that really paved the way and led us to where we are here in 2021. So, yeah, again, this is a 53-year-old film right now. This film is my second favorite film of all time. So you're getting number 2. I already gave you The Rock. You're getting my second favorite film of all time, Night of the Living Dead. Now, this film was shot in black and white in 1968 by George Romero, and for the purposes of this film, we're gonna review this film in black and white. So, Alex, if you're out there, I know you are, make me colorless. Hey, it worked. Thank you, Alex. All right, so here we are. We're coming to you live from the Race Reels in black and white. Night of the Living Dead. Let's talk about it. This film stars Duane Jones, Carl Hardman, Judith O'Dea, Keith Wayne. Budget of $114,000. It drew $30 million at the box office. So this film was a tremendous success. And it's the story of Johnny and Barbara, 2 siblings. They are in rural Pennsylvania, and they're at a cemetery visiting their father's grave. Johnny gets attacked and killed by a disfigured man in a suit.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Stop it! You're acting like a child.
They're coming for you. Look, there comes one of them now.
He'll hear you.
Here he comes now. I'm getting out of it.
Johnny!
That same man then chases after Barbara. Barbara, in a pretty much in a comatose state. She's going in shock, witnessing her brother killed, and she takes refuge in a farmhouse where she encounters more. I don't want to say zombies, because Romero actually never used the term zombies. Corpses, ghouls, they were more that was used. So we'll go with ghouls in this one. She encounters more ghouls, and that is when Ben shows up to the farmhouse. Ben is an African-American man, and he saves Barbara from the ghouls. He kills a few of them, and his job now is to fortify the farmhouse to try to figure out a plan on what to do and what caused this. And zombies just... See, again, zombies. Ghouls just keep coming. It seems like the recently dead are now returning to life and seeking human victims. So Ben spends a considerable amount of time boarding up the house, trying to keep the ghouls out. And then they encounter people living in the cellar. Cooper and his family. And that's where the real struggles begin. Kind of like The Walking Dead today. The whole Walking Dead slogan is fight the dead, fear the living. It's kind of the same true in 1968. You know, the real threat are the people. Everyone looking to survive. Everyone doing what they have to do to keep their family safe. So that's the real struggle. Not just the ghouls, the zombies, whatever you want to call them. It's the struggle with the people and the trust, and everyone's just out for themselves in this new world. So that is what this film's about. It's not, again, every zombie film has that same theme. You're fighting the zombies, but you're kind of also fighting each other. I've always, no matter what I've ever watched, I've always seen that same theme pop up. Well, yeah, you're fighting the zombies or the ghouls or whatever you're going to call them. The real struggle is people versus humans. So yeah, that is what this film's about. This film is currently sitting in the public domain. Something happened when they finished production of the film and they released it. They didn't put a copyright thing up for it. So anyone can make a film today and call it Night of the Living Dead, essentially. And a bunch of other ones have popped up. But Romero stayed true to his vision of Night of the Living Dead. He and Russo had a falling out on the direction of where they wanted to go next. Each one went their separate ways, and both did very well in the whole Living Dead genre. George Romero, he did Night of the Living Dead. He would do Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Land of the Dead, Diary of the Dead, Survival of the Dead. And now that he has passed away, he has there are another number of unreleased screenplays were discovered, and his work might continue now beyond his death. So thank you to George Romero for inventing a genre and making it just so good. So thank you to George Romero. Russo would do his own work in the Living Dead genres. He did The Return of the Living Dead and all those sequels. The Return of the Living Dead actually is an amazing film. It took a new take on the zombie thing. Again, I don't think zombies were used in that either. I think corpses were used a lot. But yeah, Russo did excellent work with this genre as well. So if you watch any of these, don't stop with Romero's version and his vision of it. Keep going. Watch Return of the Living Dead. Watch Return of the Living Dead 2. Watch Return of the Living Dead 3. They're all great. I think there were 2 or 3 more after Return of the Living Dead 3. So, a lot of good stuff. I think my favorite, from Night of the Living Dead, I think my favorite story being told was the power struggle between Ben and Cooper, that is Duane Jones and Carl Hardman. What a struggle they had. Alex, if you want to throw a few clips on, and they'll see what I'm talking about.
It's kind of hard to hear what's going on from down there. We thought we could hear screams, but for all we knew, that could have meant those things were in the house afterwards.
And you wouldn't come up and help?
Well, if there were more, the racket sounded like the place was being ripped apart. How were we supposed to know what was going on?
Now, wait a minute. You just got finished saying you couldn't hear from down there. Now you say it sounded like the place was being ripped apart. It would be nice if you get your story straight, man.
All right, now you tell me. I'm not going to take that kind of a chance when we got a safe place. We luck into a safe place, and you're telling us we got to risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
All right, why don't we settle this, mister? We came up. Okay, we're here. Now I suggest we all go back downstairs before any of those things find out we're in here.
They can't get in here.
Yeah, that's just excellent stuff. Really excellent stuff between Cooper and Ben. That power struggle. Their disagreements of how everything should be handled. Ben's looking to do what he can to keep the group safe, while Cooper is really trying to keep his family safe. So both men have good intentions, just different visions and how to get to that. So, as I said, this is my second favorite film of all time. The music behind the film, Alex, you can cue up some of the music. It's pretty basic, creepy music. You know, it's nothing too exciting. Again, you're in 1968. You're going to get what you're going to get, but it's kicking in. It's good. I mean, it fit the film that it should fit. So I have no problem with the music. It worked. This film is interesting for a couple reasons. This film, it was the first movie that really featured an African American in a heroic role. That's what this was credited for. Duane Jones showed up and owned the role, and they gave it to him, and he did a great job. Really great job playing Ben in this. I loved it. Really loved it. Sorry. Paul Bo. I'm on my 10th episode and freaking Paul Bo is bothering me. He's lucky I love him. Back in 1990, Tom Savini, special effects artist, he took the reins and directed a retelling of Night of the Living Dead. This one was in color. Pretty much the same synopsis. I think they used the same damn house as well. All the same characters, different actors. It wasn't as good, I think, as the original one from 1968, but it was pretty darn good. It was actually very good. The role of Barbara was changed completely from a scared, frightened young girl to a more confident and direct girl, taking a more direct role and keeping everyone safe. It was a totally different character than Barbara played in 1968. And the role of Ben, I really love this. This is what sold the movie for me. The role of Ben was played by the Candyman himself, our old friend Tony Todd. Played the role of Ben perfectly. And I loved that version of Ben. I loved it. Again, I'm a fan of Tony Todd. Anything he's in turns to gold. You know, him being a horror actor to begin with makes it even better. So he was just awesome in the role of Ben. So while the 1968 version I like a little bit better, don't make that be a deterrent. Definitely check out the one from 1990, directed by Tom Savini. It's, like I said, it's based on the original screenplay of Night of the Living Dead. Tweaked a little bit here and there, but it's okay. I really enjoyed it. Ah, boy. So yeah, that is Night of the Living Dead. Much like I normally do, I don't want to give away too much information about the film if you haven't seen it. It's just creepy as all hell for that time period. It's a trailblazer. It really paved the way for what we're doing today as far as Living Dead movies go and all that stuff. Oh. There we go. Alright. So if you haven't seen it, I definitely suggest you watch it. I believe now, I think it's on Peacock right now. And it might be on Amazon Prime. I don't think it's on Hulu, and it's definitely not on Netflix. So I have the 30th anniversary edition. It's a 2-disc set. This one includes the unrated version And it also includes a version that was released in 1998. It's the same film, black and white, cleaned up a little bit, like the picture and all, but it's the same film. But this is the 30th anniversary edition. You know, the film's now 53 years old, so that tells you that story. So, Night of the Living Dead, second favorite film of all time. I absolutely loved it, and I hope you will too. I think you will. Like I said, I want to thank George Romero for and John Russo for bringing this to our screens. It's such a masterpiece. It's a beautiful, beautiful film, and was perfect for that time period. And people were scared to shit when this thing first came out. So I loved it. I hope you will too. Alex, if you're out there, give me some color. Oh, wow, what was your hand on the button? All right, hey, I'm back. I'm color again. Woohoo! All right. So, Night of the Living Dead. We reached number 10, and I thank you all so much for helping me get there. Looking forward to it. We got a lot of great stuff hopefully coming up. I'm looking forward to the future. All my vacations for the year are done. And we're getting into, well, of course, it's Halloween. It's Halloween month. That's always exciting. And we'll be watching a lot of good horror movies for the Halloween season. I'm actually going to be doing a screen marathon, maybe this week or next, with the news that the new Scream will be coming out in January. Very exciting. Somebody's calling me. I don't know who it is. I hate this. I'm trying to record the race trails and people are calling me. Anyway. But yeah, the news broke that the new Scream will be coming out in January, and I'm all excited for that, as I am a major Scream fan. So, and here we go again. Who could it be? I have no idea, so we're going to hit the button on that. Yeah. I am a major Scream fan, and here it is. I have the first 4 Screams, and in fact, I think next time on the race reels, yeah, we're going to review the original Scream. The original masterpiece by Wes Craven. Neve Campbell, David Arquette, Courtney Cox, Skeet Ulrich, and Drew Barrymore, rounding out the cast here for the original Scream. That is exciting. And that's going to be fun. So yeah. Yeah, look at that. Ghostface. So that is what we got coming up on the next reels. On the race reels. The original Scream will be coming up. And who knows? I might slip the other 3 in there anyway. Who knows? Alex doesn't do anything, so we need something to do. Right, Alex? So what are we doing on this channel? Oh, yeah. I just want to throw it out there. The official Race Reel t-shirts are going to be on sale. They're on sale now. They're going to be $15 if anybody wants one. Hit me up. Let me know your size. We'll get you a shirt made. These aren't in stock. They're made as they're ordered, so yours will be fresh. So $15, Race Reel t-shirt. Some fun stuff on the back as well. So, and thank you to my wife for helping me get these shirts out there. Thank you, Jessica. So, Mrs. Race, always doing good things. So yeah, if you want a t-shirt, hit me up. Let me know your size. $15, get your shirt. Unless you're Paul Beau, he has to pay $30. Plus tax. So that's what we got on the race reels. A lot of great stuff coming up. Thank you for everyone's support. I'm looking forward to the future. We got a lot of great stuff planned. Scream coming up next. We'll keep it going with Halloween. Get as many in as we can. Make sure you're watching the horror movies. There's a lot of great franchises out there. You got Scream. You got Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween. Halloween Kills dropping this month. I believe October 15th. That'll be dropping. So by the time you see this review, it would have already been dropped. So make sure we watch Halloween Kills. Leprechaun movies, Hellraiser, Child's Play. So many great horror franchises out there. I love it. Get your Living Deads in. Get your Return of the Living Deads in. So much great stuff. So looking forward. I love Halloween. So make sure you watch It. Both the original version and the updated version. Get this stuff in. The one thing I can say, now, we all know I have a hell of a vault of DVDs. Of my collection, I believe horror, I'm actually looking at it now. Yeah, I would say horror is my most abundant genre that I have. I have a lot of horror movies. And like I said before, there we go. And I brought this up before. Thank everyone that were involved in making the original horror movies from the 30s and 40s. Your Dracula, your Frankenstein, your Mummy, your Creature from the Black Lagoon, the Wolfman, the Invisible Man, pretty much everything. Because these really, much like Night of the Living Dead, paved the way for an entire genre of zombie movies. Some of this stuff paved the way for what we're looking at today. There'll be no future vampire films without the original Dracula. No Brendan Fraser bringing the Mummy back 3 times without the original Mummy. Anthony Hopkins would have starred in the Wolfman if it wasn't for the original Wolfman. So these are the films that made horror what they are today. Again, most of the stuff you see today is not horror. They're scary films, they're slashers, they're thrillers. This is horror. This is horror. Okay? Know the difference, people. Even Scream, as much of a... Alex, why do I keep getting a green tint to my face? What are you doing over there? Even Scream. I love Scream. It's one of my favorite film franchises. These are horror movies. They're slashers. They're thrillers. They'll scare the pants off of you. But I don't consider these true horror movies. That's true horror. Once again, know the difference. So, I think I talked enough. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on this journey. We're not done. We're far from done. Once again, if you're interested in a Race Reels t-shirt, hit me up. Give me your size. We'll get you a shirt made. Thank you to Alex Watt, the Killer Watt himself, for everything he does for me and keeping this channel going, keeping this page going, just keeping this whole thing going. So thank you, Alex. Stay away from church. But that is it this time on the Race Reels. Hope you enjoyed my ramble about Night of the Living Dead. Make sure you watch it. Scream coming up next. Looking forward to reviewing that. It's a great one. It's an awesome film. All of them are great. As always, I'm Ryan Race. You wish you were, and we will talk to you all soon.